Welcome back to another video edition of Inkscape Experiments. Today's topic is how to enable Save to XCF within Inkscape. Now, as a lot of you already know, XCF is the native file format for GIMP, and the nice thing about that is when you have that feature enabled within Inkscape, you can easily save a file that already has layers, save that to XCF, and have those preserved. Now, unfortunately, Inkscape doesn't have that ability naturally without a copy of GIMP installed. So if you're running a copy of Linux or Mac on your computer, all you have to do is compile a copy of GIMP. Now, if you're on the Mac side, you'll have to do this via Think or Mac ports. Now, with Windows, unfortunately, you can't just download and install a copy of GIMP and assume Inkscape's going to be able to find it. So we're going to have to put in a little extra effort on the Windows side. But in this video, I'm going to go ahead and take you by the hand, and I'm going to walk you through step by step to getting this feature enabled on the Windows side. Now let's go ahead and, if you haven't already, download a copy of GIMP off of GIMP's official website, gimp.org. On the main page, you'll just click the big download button. You'll see the link to the installation right at the very top, and we'll have you click on that. Alright, and of course we'll get that standard dialog box asking you to save the file. Go ahead and do that. Alright, and then our next step would be installing GIMP for download. So let's go ahead and run the installer that I already have. I'm using Firefox on my copy of Windows 7. Just right click, open. Normally when you download any item within Firefox, and this is probably a no-duh thing, but it'll automatically give you a window like this asking you whether you want to run, cancel, or save. So we'll go ahead and run the installer. Okay. Next step is we're going to go ahead and locate our copy of GIMP, and we're going to rename the folder that contains the GIMP application and all of its support files, and we're going to rename the GIMP exe file or the application itself to just plain old GIMP, or on some versions of Windows to gimp.exe. Alright, so we'll jump into the Start menu, into Program Files, and that's usually the default location where GIMP is normally installed. Alright, we'll find our GIMP folder, we'll right click, rename. Right, we'll open up that folder, open up the bin folder. There's GIMP. We'll right click on that and we'll rename that to just plain old GIMP. Like I said, in other versions of Windows, you can also rename it to gimp.exe. Either way, Inkscape will be able to find it. But we'll right click on it one more time and select Properties, because we want to find the path or the location for GIMP. There we go. Highlight it, copy. Alright, and we're going to use that location line as a new path variable within Windows. Alright, our next step is to update the path variable within Windows. And to reach this within Windows 7, we'll open up the Start menu, click on the Control Panel, then jump into System and Security. We'll have you click on System, and then on the left-hand side, have you click on Advanced System Settings. This will bring up our System's Properties window, and within the Advanced tab, I'll have you click on Environment Variables. Alright, and then within our new window, we're going to look for the path variable underneath System Variables. Alright, and once we find it, we'll select it, have you click Edit. All right, and the value that we want to change is going to be listed under Variable Valuable. Now, as you can tell, I've already made the change before the recording of this video, but let's say this hadn't happened. What we would have you do is basically add an additional uh, variable value to this line, or an additional path. And the way to do that is to type in a semicolon and then go ahead and paste in your path to GIMP. Once that's done, just click OK. Click OK on the next window. Click OK within System Properties. That'll set the path variable in stone. Okay, our final step is to open up Inkscape, and we'll do a save as and find out if XCF has been enabled. Alright, and we can do that by jumping into the File menu, selecting Save As. Alright, here's our Save To window, and we'll check out the Save As types. And here we go, GIMP XCF right underneath GIMP Palette. Alright, now that we have that enabled, let me give you a little demonstration of the benefits of this. Okay, here we go. I have a file that I created before the recording of this video. It's basically two layers, one for the square, the other one for the cubes. Go ahead, go to File, Save As, and we'll just name it testdrawing.xcf. Now, as you can see here, this feature also gives you options to save your guides and your grid, which won't be necessary. Okay. Alright, and while that's saving, we'll open up GIMP. And then once we get GIMP open, we'll open up that newly created XCF file. Alright, we'll go into the File menu, Open. We'll open up our new XCF file. Here we are. We have both of our layers preserved. Both the names have been preserved as well. Now, one note I do want to make: if you've created an empty layer within Inkscape, and basically what I mean by empty layer is there aren't any paths, text, or objects in it. When you do save the file as XCF, those empty layers are going to disappear. But otherwise, you're going to have the same amount of freedom, just as if you were to be an illustrator and save your artwork to PSD.